if I have to explain what type of questions do they ask on the DV lottery consular visa interview. So before I go to that kind of list, like this question number 1, this question number 2, or whatever it is, you have to know that the DV lottery visa is immigrant visa. Is a visa you come to America as a permanent resident. So there are questions you will never be asked at the interview. Majority of people you know, they are talking, apart if someone has never been to the US Embassy, and a special, or has never been to the green card visa interview, will be telling you different experience they have. Because the visa interview for non-immigrant, like coming to America, then you go back to your home country, is different way. Those type of visas are the one you have to prove that you are coming back to your home country. So they'll be having a lot of questions. They'll be having a question asking you, prove to me that you have assets to your country. Prove to me you like your country. Prove to me what will make you back to your home country. Those questions are not applicable to the DV lottery winners. Those questions are not applicable to immigrant visa, because once you're given the visa, you're coming to live in America as a permanent resident. You come to live in America permanently. So if you leave America to go to live in another country for more than 6 months, America wants to know, why are you going to be out of 6 months or a year out of America? You need to get the permission of America. So the U.S. consular officer will never ask you a question. Tell me, will you come back to your home country? Tell me, what makes you comfortable? Tell me, are you going to disappear in America? You are a green card lottery winner. You are coming to in America to live permanently. So they're not going to ask those kind of questions. So that's you need to distinguish between the visa as a student, the visa as a tourist, the visa you come here just like whatever, as a worker, whatever. Those are non-immigrant, temporal, to come here, then you have to go back to your home country. But this particular type of visa is to come to live on permanently. So the type of the questions will be, number 1, obviously, when you go there, oh, how are you? What's your name? Oh, my name is so-and-so. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Are you, oh, first of all, congratulations to be among the DV lottery winner. This is a very lucky thing, whatever. Just a normal, easy conversation. So the question might be, remember they have your DSC 260 full over there. So which state are you going? Are you planning to go? Oh, I'm planning to go to Washington, D.C. Oh, I'm planning to go to Kentucky. I'm planning to go to Missouri. Okay, so who is your host, maybe? Oh, my host is EBM Ernest Makulilo. Okay, wow, okay. Do you know what is he doing there? Oh, I mean, the guy is also working on YouTube, is doing also other working from other non-profit organization. Okay. Are you married? Yes. Can you see the documents for the marriage? You give the marriage certificate. They know you are married because you have written there. Do you have kids? Yes. They're here. Where are the kids? Because they must be on the interview. They have to be there. Okay, they have their passport, but they will ask those kind of questions. What grades are they? They can ask just a normal, simple conversation. Those will be the easy questions. They have to know that you are the one who applied, that you are the passport you used to apply for the DV lottery. So you say, okay, you said here you have bachelor degree. Can I see the certificates to prove that you have bachelor degree? But if, let's say, you didn't have maybe high school, they will ask you also work experience. So you said you have been working. Can you show us the documentation to prove that you have been working? So that is when you have a contract, you have the letter from the employer, you have offer letters, all those kind of things you present to them to show that you have been working here and there. So the entire interview, if you are single, is 3 to 5 minutes. If you are single. Even 5 minutes is a lot of time. But mostly it's a 3 to 5 minutes interview. If you are married and you have children, it will be 5, maximum 8 minutes. It's not about talking too much. They will obviously want to see the documentation certificates to match, because that is when they see the documentation. You give them the medical, you give them the police clearance, you will submit those documents, they see them. The interview questions are those kind of simple questions in that particular sense. Someone also posted like what was the interview experience look like. Let me find it. So people have different type of experiences, but all people have been talking to, their interviews are just like simple like that way. So it's not like it's complicated to the extent that you cannot you cannot even be able to completely survive. Like, okay. Yeah, so it's just normal type of questions, so don't worry. So I'm going to read some of the questions someone posted on the most recent interview. So they ask like the person went to the US Embassy interview at 9:30 a.m. and he was I sat outside until it was 11:40. I was sent in. I was asked to pay for the visa fee, which is the amount in the local currency, which is 330 cash. Please, when you come, make sure that you bring the exact amount. They're not going to give you the change, kind of that. You need to understand. So the question was, the question about this one. So they submitted the document after about an hour and 30 minutes. I was called to submit the documents and the fingerprints we are taking. They already asking me a series of questions. Are you married? Do you have a child? Who is your host? So those are the bigger questions the person was asking. After asking questions, she collected my documents. I came over prepared with the documents. She told me to give them and sit down. The documents we are talking about the education, police clearance, medical, whatever, all those kind of documentations. So those were on the one window to do that. And the question was, when he was meeting the consular officer now, the consular officer asked the following: good afternoon. The person asking, so the person started, good afternoon. The consular said, answered, okay, raise your hand and I said, raise your hand and swear, which I did. You have to swear you are telling the truth, all these kind of things. The question was, do you have a child? Are you married? Where do you live? What are you going? What do you do for a living? The person said is a trained teacher and all this kind of. Can you prove it? So the person showed the evidence that maybe you have a degree in teaching, maybe you have certification or something like that to prove from whatever. She checked the bachelor degree of certificate, then showed her my teacher's training. Showed that one. She asked the question, what do you intend to do in the US? Remember, what do you intend to do in the US? Unless otherwise you mentioned a criminal activity, you'll be denied. I mean, but all they say, I'm going to join the military, I'm going to become a teacher, I'm going to become a medical doctor, I'm planning to go to college. Any answer you mention is okay. That answer doesn't affect anything about the visa, unless otherwise you are going to say a criminal activity. But if you say, so far I'm planning to go to school, maybe get better education, or I want to do whatever, so those kind of things. The other question will say, what do you intend to do in the US? Why do you want to go to the US? So the person said, I told her I want to live in an American dream. She asked, what is American dream? What do you want to live? So it's just like kind of that. Say that I want to go to study, kind of that. So there is the question is see like you say, why do you want to go to the US? You say, if you say I want the DV lottery, that's enough. I want the DV lottery and I'm going to live, I want to excel myself, I want to help my family, it doesn't matter. As long as you don't say, I want to go to the US because I want to destroy America. If you say that way, that is a different story. You're not going to be given the visa. So those are the things you need to understand. The questions, they are normal questions. This entire conversation, this one, is 3 minutes. Maximum 5 minutes. And especially if you are single, very quick, because they deal with you. Because if you are married, you show their marriage certificate. If you have kids, show the children documentations. So you need to have all this documentation. And this person was given the visa, was approved to be given the visa. So that is about the what type of questions can you be asked at the visa interview, and how long will it take? Just 3 minutes, 5 minutes max if you are single, 7 to 8 minutes if you are married with children.